Purple nectar.
Oh shit, that's right.
Intro's hot.
That's it. Well, thank you, brother. Got that Verbal Nectar podcast intro back on the scene. What is going on, everybody? We got two brothers from other mothers in the house. We got Rob from Entertainment Talk Nation, son. Rob, how are you doing?
I'm doing good. I'm so excited to be back here talking more Cobra Kai.
Oh yeah. And we gotta bring in the radical one himself. Reggie, how you doing, my friend?
I'm doing good, man. Just excited to talk about this awesome show.
Yeah, man. We're gonna get into it. Don't forget, everybody watching, thank you for watching and tuning in and listening. But yeah, this is gonna be spoilers discussions, so spoilers all around. And we're gonna get into it. We're gonna have some fun. We're gonna talk about what we liked, what we didn't like, and what we loved. Yes, so let's go ahead and start. Hold on, we got some people in. We gotta do the roll call here. John, what's going on? He's saying, let's start the ruckus. That's right. We got Christopher in the house. What's going down? Lataria. Oh, shit. Oh, we got the sexy one now. We got the sexy Sumo in the house. What's going on, man? Oh, shit. But yeah, having blast, having fun. Always awesome to have these guys here. And don't forget to follow them in the description box below, baby. Subscribe, son. ETN. Radical Reggie. That's how we do it. Yep. But yeah, let's just jump right into this here. First of all, before we get started, I'm going to say it right now. Chosen's the MVP of the show.
Yeah, I agree. 100%.
MVP of this season.
That's exactly what I said in my review.
Goes to Chosen. Oh, really?
That's word for word. That's what I said.
When I saw the scene of him being undercover, dude, I was like, man, that was it. I was like, whoa, that was awesome.
It's all about going to the club and getting won by the security guard, and he opens up his jacket. He's got the sigh in there, and the guy's like, "Hey, no weapons, dude."
Straight gangster right there.
And then I liked it when he got loosey goosey, man. I was enjoying him when he was getting his drink on and having fun dancing with everybody. I enjoyed that part of Chosen loosening up here.
Best dance scene since Baron Zemo.
Was it?
Yep.
Oh man, but yeah. So episode 1, Daniel's new ally turned housemate tests Amanda's patience. Good old Chosen. Miguel searches for his father in Mexico. Terry starts to transform Cobra Kai. What did you guys think of the first episode?
I thought it was fantastic. I love how they show what Terry did to the Cobra Kai while Kreese is gone. He's making it go viral pretty much, you know. Terry Silver's always been a favorite of mine since Karate Kid 3, even though I know that movie's not really highly regarded, but I love Terry Silver, man. That's the perfect thing.
There it is.
He makes it work, baby. He's the best part of that movie, in my opinion. You know. So.
Yeah, definitely.
Speaking of Karate Kid 3, Rob, the actress, Daniel's friend from that movie, returned.
I think it was Jessica. Was it?
She looked good.
She looked great. She looks better now than she did as a kid. I was looking at pictures. I was like, wait a minute. Why does she look better now than like 30 years ago?
That's true. Huh?
She looked good.
I wasn't expecting her to show up. So that was kind of a cool little nod to the fans. Reggie, your camera's a little blurry there. Just give me a heads up.
She's Blake Lively's older sister?
Really?
Yes.
I did not know that. Wow.
She's Blake Lively's older sister.
I'm good now.
All right.
Yeah,
cool,
you're good.
Cool. Nice. But yeah, it was cool seeing her. But yeah, episode 2, Chosen and Daniel hatch a risky plot against Terry in Mexico. Robbie and Johnny look for Miguel, who discovers the truth about his dad. Right off the start, though, I thought it was interesting. You know, when we talked about this earlier on an old stream, Rob, we were talking about like what's going to happen now that Tori kind of knows, like, man, I don't think I won fair and square here. I like this scene because Silver, man, he's so evil and and crafty, and he knows exactly what to say, and all these different types of scenes throughout the show. I mean, he really makes it work, and he just kind of he's like, hey, yeah, he's like, yeah, I paid the ref.
There is one thing I want to say about Tori, actress Peyton List, but I got to check something. Okay, she's 24. Damn, I wish I was 20 years younger. God damn, that young lady is a looker. She is a looker. I got to hand it to her. Just had to make sure she was appropriate age.
Copy that. Oh, hold on. We got Javon Wallace in the house. What's going on, brother? Martial artist, stunt man, filmmaker. That's right. Got the stunt badasses showing up. Good to see you, my friend. Yeah, that was interesting. He just knows exactly what to say. And you can tell that in half of her wants to leave, but the other half is scared. Like she's just like, man, I don't know what this motherfucker gonna do. What did you think of this flashback scene, Reggie?
I thought it was funny. I was actually laughing because I would have did the same thing if I was him. Like when the teacher got mad at him for having the freaking pillow in there.
Yeah.
I would have did the same thing. That hurt, man. Come on. So I thought that scene was pretty hilarious to me, but he still was dedicated, though. You know what I mean? He's young. You know, his hands are soft there, and he's going to get really hurt. So I know it's supposed to be hardcore training, but I understand where the kid's coming from. So I thought that was hilarious, and it's still, honestly, it didn't really change his character from how dedicated he was. You know, like you saw how he is now. So,
well, it's like
as an adult.
Right. No, I agree with you, Reggie. Well said. But it's almost like it kind of shows a little bit of how he still kind of struggles with honor, and he wants to make sure he's worthy. You know, that's why he continued training martial arts, make sure he's worthy of honor. You know, right. and I enjoyed the teacher did a good job sounding like the guy from Karate Kid Part 2. He did a really good job sounding like that guy, man. I enjoyed that. But yeah, the mole, he's the mole chosen.
I love that, dude. When I saw that scene, I was dying laughing because how they panned the screen on him. They were slowly going through all the senseis.
Yeah,
and I was like, when it got to him, man, I almost fell out of my chair laughing, man. I thought it was hilarious because, you know, he undercover chosen. So it's like,
that's
wow.
That's it.
He almost pulled it off too.
He did. Yeah. I knew Terry. Well, I guess we wait to go into that, but Terry, him and Terry getting to know him and everything like that, I knew it was something was going to kind of slip up. So that did happen.
Because it's Silver, which kind of he's been a step ahead this whole time.
Yes.
And he's been so smart and he's so good. Ian just crushes it as this character. But sometimes we'll get to the finale. I'm just kind of like, you think he would have got rid of all that evidence, but for someone who's so smart, but maybe he was just too cocky. You know, like, you know?
That, or he just felt no reason to, because remember when the evidence was presented,
yeah,
he acted like that's what you guys are upset about. Like he literally acted like nothing was wrong with it.
That's
true.
That's
where his mindset is.
Because he did get rid of the incriminating evidence,
right?
Which is him beating the shit out of Stingray. So they had him on. I mean, even the cheating thing.
Stingray, dude.
Yeah, even the cheating thing, I don't think would have put him under. Even if those kids left, he would have come up with some story, gotten you recruits or something. And some of them are not even 100% sure they want it, because like you saw, like Kenny still didn't make peace with Robbie at the end. He was still like annoyed or unsure about. So I think Terry would have manipulated some kids back to the dojo. But, I agree. You know, Daniel kicked his ass. So.
Finally, which was kind of crazy. I was kind of bummed out about that, but I guess we go into that later.
I'm gonna do like we used to do in in high school, you know, or when we were kids. You know, well, see, Terry was tired already. He was injured before he fought Daniel.
He was.
I will say though,
yeah,
and I know it's because Terry's the big bad, but I really feel in my heart of hearts, he had no business beating Chosen. I mean, I couldn't buy that. You know what I mean? Like, I understand for the narrative, it's necessary.
Right.
But
well, he lost.
Well, he didn't
He
really.
did
I mean,
lose. It's
in a
just
way,
Chosen
he
let him
didn't really beat him. If you want to, I mean, he was distracted, of course. They used that angle, which is fine. But Terry is. You got to remember, Terry is like it's all like he's ready to kill pretty much when he fights and everything. So there's no holding him back. So you're fighting somebody like that, you'd be very careful. And Chosen wasn't. He got distracted, and Terry.
Right. I see what you're saying, Rob. I see what you're saying. Maybe the fight should have been quicker.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say this though. I don't want to jump the gun, but it's our channel. We can do whatever the fuck we want. But I'm gonna say in terms of one-on-one fight sequences, I'm gonna say, what do you guys think is the best? Silver versus Chosen is the best one-on-one fight, or Robbie versus Miguel?
I'm gonna go with Chosen versus Terry Silver because Terry Silver fan. I just got to choose that fight.
Yeah.
I'm
gonna say Silver.
I have to go with Chosen and Silver as well, simply because it is more impressive that at their age they can do what they do, versus the kids, which you should expect them to be athletic enough to pull off some of those moves.
Right.
I mean, because I mean, I don't know behind the scenes, but it looks like for the most part they were both involved in that choreography.
Yeah.
I didn't get a sense that there were stand-ins, or at least much of stand-ins.
Yeah.
So, I mean, credit to that. And you could tell that the actor who plays Chosen is in phenomenal shape for his age.
Oh, yeah. He was ready. Yeah. But yeah, I have to go with the Silver one. I do appreciate, this is a big, huge bonus for Samurai Guy. I do appreciate that the one-on-one, for the most part, adult fights, this is probably the most violent.
They were pretty brutal.
Yeah, so that's a plus for Samurai Guy.
I was waiting.
Fingers getting sliced off. Chosen got sliced up. Like, Chosen stepping on Barnes' knee in the store. It was a way more violent, which I appreciated. But we'll get to Barnes. We'll get to what I think about Barnes a little bit later. So
Barnes something.
We'll get to that. But yeah, we have our our father-son bonding / searching for Miguel sequence we got going on here. He cheated, man. He cheated, but it was still a fun scene. I like when they beat up the surfers. I enjoyed that.
Yeah.
Those guys
I didn't know, but that lead surfer with the blonde hair was Kano from the Mortal Kombat movie.
Really?
Yeah, that was him.
Oh, from the new movie. Yeah. That's funny. Yeah. That's hilarious. I
gotta say, I wasn't too crazy about the first 2 episodes because I don't, unless they follow up in season 6, which they very well might. I don't feel that the father narrative went anywhere. Other than for him to find out his father's a douche. But after that, it was like, I mean, I felt it was a catalyst to kind of bring Robbie and Miguel together early.
Right.
But they didn't really become buddies till like episode 5 or 6. So
when they
somebody suggested in my comment section that they think his father is going to be involved in the tournament because he's got that fighter's ring there.
Oh,
so
for next season.
For next season, yeah.
Interesting. So when you guys gonna be buying some FBI shirts?
I forgot what it said in the back of those.
You remember, Reggie? It was
I forgot.
Full body inspector. Something like that.
Yeah.
Something like that. But yeah, man, the longer Miguel hung out with his dad, the longer he was like, oh, this motherfucker is crazy. What the fuck?
Yeah, he's crazy.
Yeah, man. I don't know.
He's paranoid, though. I mean, I understand he's paranoid, so that's it. If you get past that, maybe they could have a relationship.
Yeah. But yeah, after this, Miguel's like, Mom, I'm sorry, I'm coming home. We got this big emotional moment.
So you think we'll never see him again?
I don't know. I never thought about it until Rob brought it up just now. That's interesting.
Yeah.
That's
then we'll see him again.
Yeah, why not, right? But yeah, let's keep rocking and rolling, man. Having fun here. So episode 3. So we have another enemy from Daniel's past resurfaces. After a spa day and some soul searching, Sam comes to a decision about her future with Miguel. So, Samurai Guy's always honest. I'm always honest here on my channel, and you guys can always agree to disagree. But I miss Johnny Classic. I kind of feel that I feel we got Hawkeye syndrome again. I feel we have Hawkeye syndrome where, all right, we don't know what to do in the script. He has a son that he's still trying to patch things up with. He has a surrogate son in a way with Miguel, but no, we got to give him a kid. We got to give him a kid. We got to make Johnny relatable, who was already relatable.
It's all about the growth. Look where he's come from season 1. He's come a long way.
I hate it.
Yeah.
So he gets a little domesticated. Look, he's got a beautiful Latina woman.
I get that.
He's got a bun in the oven. You know what I'm saying? He's improved the relationship between his 2 best boys. Hey, that's growth, man. That's good growth. He's become more responsible.
Right? I don't mind that too much. I just feel it's lazy writing when we got to give somebody a kid out of nowhere. He's got 2 sons in a way. He doesn't need any more kids, and that was his motivation. I think it's
a matter of bringing, elevating him to, because he was. Let's face it, the first few seasons he was still a prick. You know, he was starting to turn around, and ever since the Miguel accident, he finally kind of did. And then he's just been constant growth from there. I see what you're saying, but it's not a bad thing per se.
I'm in the minority.
If anything, I would say
doesn't ruin the show. It doesn't.
That him and Danny have influenced each other a lot because Danny's become more aggressive. Danny's become he's been a little bit more accepting to other forms of martial arts that are not Miyagi-Do. You know what I mean? Right, I think it's a good parallel between the two.
Okay.
Copy that. Like I said, it doesn't. I'm in the minority. These are nitpicks. These are nitpicks. But yeah, let's keep going here. So now we got to get to Barnes. Now you guys are probably might be okay with Barnes. Before we get into Barnes, so if you guys do not remember, those of you who've been watching the channel, I told a little story a while back. I'll tell it again very briefly.
I remember.
You remember?
Yeah.
Okay, so back in 2018, Samurai Guy was at Dragon Fest, and Cobra Kai was really popular. It was coming up, and the Cobra Kai table was over here, with some of the actors, Johnny's buddies. We're over there, big line, and then I saw, and of course, I went over there at some point and got their autograph and photos with them, and then I panned this way. And all by his lonesome, and it was fucked up. Sean was sitting by himself. Nobody gave a fuck, and I'm like, dude, it's all part of the Karate Kid universe.
I don't think it's that they didn't give a care. They just didn't know who he was because Karate Kid Part 3 is the least popular out of the series. A lot of people probably haven't seen it, so they didn't know who he was.
I hope that's the reason.
I'm pretty sure that was there. They didn't recognize him. That's another thing too. It's been 30 years. So
I hope that's the reason. But Samurai Guy went over there. He was a sweet guy. He was very happy to meet someone. And I got my picture with him. I got an autograph. He was a really cool dude. So I am really happy for this actor success in terms of being in this show. I'm very happy for him. His Instagram, everything's blown up. I think this is great. I think this is great for the actor. But I feel that Barnes was really wasted.
I do too. I agree. Yeah. I agree.
I didn't mind the whole bait and switch thing a little bit, where they thought he was a hitman, and even his introduction. Even his introduction is like, Chosen's like, so do you know anybody that has been with Silver that we could use against Silver? And then out of nowhere, it was like, Mike fucking Barnes. I was laughing. I was like, was that supposed to be funny? But anyway, so they did the whole, is he a hitman? Is he an assassin?
He's a hitman. Why would he go after him like that with no weapon? That's just insane. But
I know.
Let's go.
But then they find out that he's good to go. Silver ruined his life and he had to get back on his feet.
This is This is another character that, depending on what happens in season 6, I actually don't think was underutilized. I think that I don't think digging too deep into his character this season would have. It probably would have taken away from Chosen and a couple of other characters.
That makes sense.
I do think next year will be his moment. You know what I mean? Like, I think he's going to get involved somehow because they kind of left his story a little open-ended because he stole the Rembrandt painting, which is worth tons of money, which I'm sure he's going to use to get back to his business.
Right.
Or he might use it. Yeah, that was pretty funny. So it all depends. If he comes back next season, then I think it was, but if he doesn't, then I would agree that he was underutilized. But I'm kind of giving him benefit of the doubt because historically the show's done a good job of closing books on it. Like this season was a great closure. It felt like a final season, even though it's not, because the final season is 6 with the big tournament. I think until we see that there's no more Mike Barnes in season 6, then I would agree that he'll be underutilized.
Okay. No, that's a great point. I didn't even think about that. But like you have, it sucks what happened to his store getting burned down. It's like, God damn it.
Because you think about it, they kind of
did it. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah. They kind of did the same thing with Chosen in the prior season. You got a couple episodes with him in Okinawa and that was it.
Right.
But now they flushed him out this season. So I think they'll do the same thing with Mike Barnes next year. And when
I hope so.
Yeah. And when you consider how many story narratives were closed this season, pretty much all the kids, with the exception of Kenny, are done. Tori and Sam made amends somewhat. Right. Miguel and Robbie made amends. Some Cobra Kai guys are going to probably leak over into Miyagi Fang. Right. So really what you have left is Terry, because I guarantee you that motherfucker's not staying in jail.
Oh, no.
You got John Kreese, right? Mm-hmm. You still have again. Yeah, you still have Kenny, and then you have Kim, the girl, I should say, the daughter. And then you have Mike Barnes. So that's 5 that are gonna have, because you gotta have closure with Mike Barnes and Terry Silver, and I think that's what's gonna happen. I think Terry Silver and Mike Barnes are going to be the beef next year. That's what I think.
Oh, that would be cool, man.
And then John Kreese and Daniel and John are gonna have their final hurrah, and then I'm sure there'll be, and then I'm sure homegirl from the next Karate Kid, Hillary Swank.
Hillary Swank might show up. That'd be crazy.
I guarantee she's gonna show up.
Why not?
What has she been doing lately? What was the last movie she did? Like, what was it? $1 Million Baby? What was that?
No,
is that what it was called?
Oh my God, you're going way back. She's in a series, this Alaskan show about, she's some kind of reporter investigating some stuff.
Then I don't know. I haven't seen her. I haven't seen her around.
No, it's all good. That's so funny. I was like, hey, that's
is it that old, that movie? Shit. When did that movie come out?
Well, I like
2006. I remember.
I liked her.
That is way back.
I liked her in The Hunt. I thought she was great in The Hunt.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if anybody's seen that movie, but it's like a battle royale film. Really good. It's a dark comedy. It's violent, and the fight scene she has at the end with the lead female was legit, bro. I was like, wow. But yeah, back to Barnes' disappointment. But Rob brought up some really good. You give me some hope, Rob. So now I'm excited for next. So season 6, Rob, that's it.
That's going to be it for sure. Oh yeah, they're going to end on that big tournament.
That makes me happy because I don't want them to burn it into the ground.
They're talking about trilogy movies.
That's fine. You do films.
Oh yeah, if they yield off into movies after this, I'm totally down with that.
Yeah, for sure. Michael Ironside, yo, come on.
Michael Ironside.
We are
if he shows up, that'd be awesome too.
We are not going to see Michael Ironside.
I mean, come on, he's part of the Karate Kid universe, man. That'd be awesome. It
would be hilarious to see him, but he's looking like Samurai Guy right now. I don't know if he can be doing.
He's a big boy right now. He put on a lot of weight.
Yeah.
I saw him in. He was in Reacher. I think was it? Yeah, was it? Which show? I think he was in
Reacher.
Huh?
Might have been Reacher.
Yeah, I think I saw him in Reacher, and he was a big boy. He made me look like I just got off Jenny Craig.
But yeah, really quickly before we move on, back to the Mike Barnes disappointment, even though Rob's giving me hope, so I'm very happy about that. But the scene where he steals the limo, this whole acting performance here was great.
Yeah.
Like, I was really impressed with his acting performance here to the point where the other 3 guys that were standing there didn't even exist in the same shot. That's how good his performance was in this scene. And so when they showed up drunk They showed up with the gangster lean and said "fuck it" and went to Silver's mansion. I was like getting excited, and then he gets knocked out, and that's it. You don't see him till the end.
Yeah,
I was so like, come on.
I'm telling you, he's gonna have his moment.
They wanted to give that scene to Johnny, so I was like, it was all
gotta
good,
fight for his kid. Anyway, let's keep going. All right, so we have episode 4 here. Johnny and Carmen's romance flies high, while Daniel and Amanda are rattled by Terry's schemes. The teens' feud spill over at the water park. I don't know about the water park scene. I felt like we did this already.
Yeah, we've done that a million times.
It was funny though. I mean, when Kenny got revenge on Daniel's son, I mean, I was laughing so hard because when they put those things on him and kicked him in the water, his legs were sticking up. I mean, that's just, you know,
I gotta go back and watch it now.
Laughing at that, man, because it's just so funny. It was so cartoonish.
I gotta go back and watch it again. That's hilarious. I'm gonna, since you brought it up, Reggie, I'm gonna say this right now. Okay. I don't think I'll ever like that character. I don't care how many times you show him get bullied, you show him show his worth, and he's part of the team. I hate him
because of what he did to Kenny.
I hate him. I hope he continues to get beat up.
He just looks funny. Like he's got like 3 heads of hair. Like that boy needs a haircut.
He still looks untrustworthy.
He looks like Dark Helmet. He's just a big ass head. Like I'm like, damn, dude, cut that hair. It makes your head look 3 times bigger than it is. That's too much hair. I'm not jealous. I like what I got. I'm saying your head looks huge.
It looks weird when it's like, when you have all that, living in there or something.
Oh my God. Evil will always triumph over good because good is dumb.
Swear to God, that's what they should rename that kid, Dark Helmet. And his hair is pitch black, so it's a perfect name.
That's true. That's true. It was cracking me up seeing Johnny with his Lyft shenanigans doing Uber and stuff. That was making me laugh a little bit. But yeah, it's just more of, this came out of nowhere.
That was funny. The dream she had. Yeah, that was great. That was really funny because I thought it was him. Yeah, it turned out to be her. Yeah, I was like, wow, she got major confidence in her man, boy. Oh man, my wife don't even dream of me like that. Shit, not even watering plants.
Yeah, Rob, talk about Silver making the moves here.
I thought this was great. It was just a good highlight of his manipulation and Daniel's stupidity. You would think he learned by now, but Terry's he's bad like that. He's just really good at getting into your head.
Was he really manipulating? I think he was just being a nice guy. I mean,
well, no, he was. But I'm talking about when he spoke to Daniel and intentionally told Daniel what he said.
Because like Daniel kept messing with him, though. Dang, Daniel kept accusing him, and dude was just chilling. I mean, I'm just trying to go the other side in a way, like trying to, I don't know.
I know that's your boy. It's all good. I got you.
I'm always gonna stick with Terry Silver, man. I don't know.
Hey, I'm right there with you, man. I'm right there with you. But no, that's what you were saying, Rob.
Yeah, no, he played this good. From the moment of hosting the function at his house to being he was very sweet to Amanda, but it wasn't sincere. He was doing that to set up his ultimate game. Look, Reggie's like, no, he was sincere though. I'm telling you, my boy's a nice guy. You just can't fuck with him. No, he was not being sincere. He was playing a game.
And you saw it when him and Daniel had the conversation. And he fell into the trees.
Yeah,
that was the wedding. Yeah,
he was like you want to talk about you ever seen the NBA back in the day when they used to fake a foul? The guy would tap him and that's what he did.
Floppy Divock.
Yeah, he did the flop.
And Daniel shouldn't admit it. Now he said he admitted, but I barely touched him, and you shouldn't have said anything. Oh, I'm sorry, you're okay. But
just play it off like it was an accident.
And now he's in the doghouse.
That was messed up, man. That was
in
pretty
the
horrible.
Now, man.
I was upset in this episode because his wife didn't stick by him. I know this was her event, but she took the kids and left. Man, come on, man. That's cold.
So Daniel leans on a friend and frenemy. Tensions come to a head for Miguel and Robbie. A familiar face returns. But yeah, she just bounced. I guess she wanted some girl time, wanted to be separate or whatever. But
now this is the part that I kind of missed, or maybe it flew over my head. How was Homegirl from Karate Kid 3 connected to his wife and
cousin?
Oh, that was her cousin?
They were cousins, yeah.
Okay, that's what I missed. All right. I was trying to figure out
I thought she was just a high school friend. And she just kind of was friend of the family all these years. She just decided to show up because they wanted to hang out. So I missed that too. So nice, Reggie, you on it.
Yeah. I caught that because I was like, what the heck? I thought, honestly, out of all the movies, I thought Daniel would have been with the girl from the third movie, and that never happened. So I was always kind of curious of what the heck was going on. And then,
we know the reason. You remember the reason, Rob?
Why they didn't get together?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I don't actually.
Well, you noticed the beginning part of Karate Kid 3, him and her were trying to get to know each other and stuff like that. Like maybe this is a future love interest. And then the second half, they're just buds. She was underage.
For the movie.
Oh, yeah. Really?
That's why. So they're like, once they found out, they're like, all right, let's.
They're not gonna reveal that because she wants the role and everything like that. Like,
yeah,
got the age.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kind of like
they're just friends.
They do that shit all the time. Why would they stop there?
That's true. God damn it, Rob.
Just keep it real. No, but that's interesting. I didn't know that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, she's of age now, so just swap. They should have just swapped it.
But yeah, I love how Johnny had to go Johnny Classic for a second and he just let them fight it out. Quiet. He let them fight it out.
You do that so good. That's good.
But yeah, it was kind of funny. Like Daniel's kind of off the rails, and he was just like, man, the last person I ever expected to get really good, genuine advice from is this motherfucker Johnny. But that was a good scene between both of them.
It was a good scene.
It was a really good scene.
I agree.
And a good fight.
It was
Yeah, good one-on-one fight. I enjoyed it.
I was waiting for one of them to fall off the railing.
I know. I thought that's what was going to happen.
Oh, here we go.
This episode, was this the one where his wife was at the bar?
I believe it was.
Yeah, that scene was pretty hilarious too. That fight scene.
Oh yeah, with the girls. Yeah,
the cougar fight.
Cougar fight. Yeah, love them Cougars.
I don't remember too much about it. I mean, I remember it was like, oh, they're fighting. Okay, like wow, this is pretty cool. But
and then Sam finally, like, because she was avoiding karate this whole time.
Sam
she does the sidekick on one of the girls.
How do you guys feel about Sam's character through the series? She's the only character I do not like. Ever since she
started her beef with Tori, I've liked her less and less.
Yeah,
it's weird with her too.
I agree.
I hated her even more in this one because she's fucking with Miguel's feelings. She catches him kissing another girl.
Oh.
And then she wants to flip, and it's like, dude, what do you want?
We're even together.
You dumped the dude.
You dumped the guy.
Men have needs. You know what I'm saying? If you're not going to fulfill them, what do you expect?
Right.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, friends. There's parts of me, that I'm just like, or part of me that I'm like, all right, Sam, let's see what I liked Sam a little bit. Just a little bit in the last season when she finally was like using Johnny's style and trying to mix things up. That was interesting.
That was
just in martial arts speak.
I don't know if I liked her or if I just like the idea that she used this style.
I think I think
I think that's what it is for me too. I think that the fact that she used this style was cool.
Yeah.
But I still, ever since the whole Tori thing, she's just been on another level. Like,
yeah.
And then when she dumped Miguel, I'm like, really, bitch?
Yeah.
And I can say that she's like 26 years old. She's not a minor.
Yeah.
But,
it's like Tori just moved on, really. Like,
yeah, she was trying to get out of Cobra Kai the whole season.
But yeah, let's keep rocking and rolling here. So, episode 6, Terry recruits an expert in the way of the fist. Daniel walks away from a fight, and Johnny and Chosen pick one. In prison, Kreese confronts old memories, old demons. But go ahead, Reggie.
I'm kind of like mixed around here. So is this the episode where Daniel goes to visit Stingray?
I think he visits him first, and then he goes to the jail to talk to Kreese.
Okay, because I remember when I'm trying to figure out which episode is the one where he goes to Stingray's house to give him the PS4. I think it was this episode coming, right? That we're talking about now.
And I think
then
so.
he gets he gets beat up.
Then yeah, this is 6. Yeah.
Okay, that was probably my favorite part of the episode. Like when he tried to make a truce with Terry Silver, and you guys remember that scene? How Terry Silver's face looked when Daniel was explaining, like, "Hey, let's just go our separate ways." Like Terry was shocked and looked disgusted. He's like, "No, we'll never go our separate ways. I'm going to come at you even harder."
Yeah,
like, yes, dude, it was perfect.
Oh, he
Terry Silver.
He fucked Daniel up.
He did, man. I love that scene so much, man. It's just like when he the bleeding fist and everything like that, just like in Karate Kid 3. I was like, perfect, dude. Make him pay. I'm sorry if I'm biased when it comes to Terry Silver. You guys already. I'm sorry. That's not the right thing to say. But you know, obviously Terry is. But I'm sorry, man. I love Terry Silver.
But that like you've said in the past, Rob. You know what makes good movies and good series is good villains.
Oh yeah, good villains are always more fun because they don't have to follow the rules.
Yeah,
that makes them more. And as an actor, I can imagine how much fun it must be to play.
Yeah.
Because of that,
for sure.
Yeah,
for sure.
No,
but I love that scene, Reggie. He destroyed his arm, and then I love it.
And it went back to the scenes from Karate Kid 3. I was like, yes, man, making those knuckles bleed. That was, oh man, that's such a throwback.
What are you gonna do about it? It's great. It's so good. It's so good. Rob, what did you think of the character on the left? I forgot her name.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, that's how I feel too, Rob.
I don't hate her, but it's like she hasn't been around long enough to. I don't think she's been developed enough for anyone to have any care in the world which way she goes.
Gotcha.
Like, okay, I think barely. I was like, okay, don't go to Cobra Kai, but then I was like, but even if you do I really give a shit? I mean, like, look, they put a lot of characters in this show, and they're not going to get it perfect. And I think that's maybe one ball they dropped is with her. I think the actress in her of herself is potential there, but I just don't think they had time to flush her out. Whether or not they do that next year remains to be seen. I don't think so though, because she went right back against Cobra Kai, so she's back in place.
Well, we even care though, because this is like she's been in 2 seasons now, and she's kind of just been like a stand-in character. I don't want to disrespect like stand-in character, but just like nothing really makes you feel for her, like attaches you to her. Like,
there's been no real story development for her. She's just been. She was a shoo-in last year, like halfway through the season. They kind of focused that she was quick to pick up the karate, and would suggest that maybe she was a potential, like, a difference maker on a team, but they really never followed up on it.
Right. It's just, and now it's mostly like her motivation really is, I don't want to give up. I don't want to give up. I'm not giving up. I'm not giving up. That's it. That's really her character is, I'm not giving up. I'm not quitting. That's her character, really.
That was cool.
So that's pretty much it. I mean, it kind of looks like she kind of idolized Tori a little bit, but she wants to be better than her,
Hey, Samurai, I wanted to show you my son's haircut.
Oh, that's awesome. Hold on. I got to roll it up, man.
Is that for hot?
That is amazing. That's badass. I love it, man. I love it.
Mohawk's badass.
Yeah, but it didn't go all the way down to the back.
Yeah, it was it was a fixed botched cut. So next time we'll go all the way. All right, go to bed. Get out of here.
Yeah, it's pretty badass, man. I love it.
Kids are lucky they're on track out from school, so they're off for the next month.
Oh,
because they go to year-round school, so they go like 2.5 months, and then they're off a month.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Copy that. Yeah, love the Hawk. Got to represent the Hawk. We can take this time to. I know we're jumping around a little bit, which is fine. What do you guys think of Kenny's character arc now?
I love it. He's
yeah. I'm
sorry, man. It's just like he was bullied pretty hard in season 4, man. I was actually pretty sad. I was like, dang, dude. And I'll never forget when he finally pushed back. And at the end, when dude tried to say he was sorry to him, and Kenny turned on him, he said, "Get ready for next year," and he had that smile on his face, man. Dude, so many people meme that smile that he did.
And the thing of it is, when you look at it from the perspective of a kid who's been bullied,
right.
You understand. I mean, it's not saying that he's right, but you understand where he's coming from. Like now he's empowered, he can defend himself. He's small, right? So now, and I love the way they've just kind of it's almost like on a sneaky way, they've elevated him to like the ultimate karate fighter.
And bully.
Because he was number 1 in Cobra Kai. like for the guys and stuff. And Tori, I would say he was number one. I mean, Tori's good too. Don't get me wrong, but Terry was starting to show him his secret moves.
Yes,
Silver Bullet.
Yes.
And the silver bullet. And he took out Hawk and Robbie with that shit. So
that was awesome.
And it's gonna be interesting to see where he is next year, because he's kind of in the middle right now. He didn't make amends for Robbie. He just walked away. He's like,
they should leave him there. That's perfect.
He's a wild card.
That's perfect.
So just going into a little bit of his bullying, you know how he is. I mean, I think one of the interests of one of those episodes, they saw Cobra Kai was pretty much spreading the information to the people. And Daniel's son picked up one of the flyers and threw it on the ground. And the kitty was behind him. And he said, "You dropped something." And then the boys came around, they grabbed him, and they took him to the bathroom, and the toilet scene, dude. I was like, "Oh my god, dude!" I was like, "Oh, that's so gross."
Yeah, because they were taking that toilet had a floater in it, and it was fresh. It was fresh, like somebody just pinched a loaf and was like, they walked away, and they're like, "Oh my god, it was so bad."
And they pan away from it, and you can hear the screaming, and you kind of feel the terror a little bit, like
yeah.
And look, for one thing, I will say one thing. I'm with everybody. I don't like the actor who plays Daniel's son, but his expression on his face when that scene happened, he was like,
that was great.
It was really good. He sold that shit really good.
Oh, man. That is just so gross.
But yeah, I agree. They need to leave Kenny Gray, the wild card, as Rob says.
Yeah,
definitely. My only nitpick was I was hoping that when Terry was losing the fight against Chosen, I was hoping he would try to do the silver bullet on Chosen, and Chosen would reverse it somehow. Because he showed Kenny how to do it, but he never once again used it on anyone else in the movie. He didn't use it on Daniel. He didn't use it on anyone else. Did I miss that, or
not that I can't remember? I can't remember actually.
I was just kind of waiting for him because he introduced this way of the fist move.
Maybe he'll use it on Mike Barnes next season.
So him and Mike are going to be enemies?
I think so. I think that's going to be the big, because remember, he burned down Mike's business. You think
destroyed his life.
Wait. Do we know that though? I mean,
yes. Come on, Reggie.
I know. They might be trying to lead us to think that, and it might not be true. I mean, I get it.
Who else would do it, Reggie? Come on, man.
Yeah, you're right. But I'm just saying, I feel like there's a way that they can say,
I love Terry, but we got to be real here, okay? It's because your boy is such a conniving bastard that he would do that.
Right.
Come on.
Right. Here's another thing, too. So with the way that Terry Silver's character ended, which we'll get to that, I think Kenny will kind of help him build him up in season 6, kind of like how Johnny built Kreese back up when Kreese came back. I think that's how their relationship will continue in season 6 with Kenny and Terry Silver, and everything. So, sorry, I didn't mean to cut in like that.
No,
that's all good.
It's all good.
I just want you guys to look at the other perspective, man. Like maybe somebody else burned that place down. Like maybe Mike owed money. Let's see, we're not burning. You guys don't want to hear that.
Look, how about this? How about we just step back and let's look at Terry's track record.
Oh, okay.
Okay, come on.
I can't defend it.
Yeah,
I'm loving this. I'm loving this defense here. Another thing that I was loving was
Reggie make a great lawyer. I'll say that much.
I know.
He's like, come on, look at the other perspective here. Maybe he owed money. I'm like, oh my god, he would so frustrate other lawyers in court with this defense. Terry needs to hire Reggie as his attorney.
Yes. He does. But yeah, another thing that I enjoyed was Sensei of the Prison.
Yes.
Yeah, a little cheesy, but I liked it.
Yeah, calling him Sensei in prison.
He was trying to play it good too, which was funny. Like Kreese wanted to get that dude, but he looked at the guard was there, and he's like, "Go ahead and take the Jello."
he's trying to play good because he's getting out, but playing good actually went against him, and he was never getting out.
That lady wanted to keep him in there.
I know. I love the second session sequence that happened towards the end,
which was outstanding. Yeah, that's what I wanted to go into. That, yeah, definitely.
Yeah, we'll go into. We can go into it now. Go ahead, Reggie. What'd you like about that?
The transition of the second interview that they had when it was going through all the characters in his life, and when they did the young Johnny, I was like, oh man, that hit the heart, man, because we all know that Kreese's weakness is not I don't want to say his weakness, but he cares for Johnny like a son. You know, they don't really go into that and everything. Like I think they'll hopefully go into more in that next season. But that's his soft spot is Johnny, you know, and everything. So I feel like he feels like he let Johnny down. He's trying to make amends in a way, you know, and you know that's why he was shocked when Terry had brought Johnny there to beat him up in season 4. And like, you see how Kreese's face looked? Like he's like, you shocked? He's like, you brought him here?
Yeah.
And Terry just went beating him up. I was like, man, like in front of Kreese, it was shocking, and you can see his expression during that. So everybody thinks Kreese is this big bad guy, but you got to go back and look at his past of what he's went through and how he got to where he is, man. Like you look at Kreese's past, man, like dang, you can understand him. You know, I think you get more feeling with his character. So I love John Kreese. I love Terry Silver. Does that make me a bad person though? No. You know, because they're relatable in a way.
Yeah.
They just took a wrong path, but you know, I think they're good people. And I'm oh man,
you're inviting them over.
Okay, hold on a second. With what happened with Terry Silver saying that, I feel like a little cringe in a way. So let's say they have potential to be good people.
I can see that. Yeah. But
that sounds better. But
you could argue that Kreese brought the worst out of Terry Silver because Terry seemed content where he was before John Kreese came back.
Yeah, but he wasn't happy. You know, taking medicine and you know, it's just like you know, looking in the mirror, just like he was not happy. I think Kreese coming to him brought a fire out of him, and just the fire just went crazy. You know, because Terry wanted to go. Terry started going back to the old ways of like how they were, like you know when he did the Stingray because of Kreese and then, like some other stuff he did in that season. I can't remember all of it, but yeah, I'm going all over the place with this.
We're having fun.
But
yeah,
Terry,
to say what you were saying earlier, Reggie. I think you know I agree with you because even with the flashback, remember you had young Kreese hanging out with young Terry, and Terry was giving him hey, this is the tournament of all tournaments. We'll be known worldwide. We have Cobra Kai dojos everywhere, and he's like, no, I don't want to do that. Let me just do my own thing. And then he mentions, there's this young kid Johnny. You know, he's got a lot of potential. He even has a similar name as mine. So so I agree with you. Reggie.
But you think they're trying to hint at that point that maybe Kreese is like Johnny's biological father, possibly? I mean, I know I'm jumping the gun there, but I always feel like that'd be a good connection that they could make in the series.
Did they show his dad?
No. Father's always been missing.
It was just the asshole grandpa,
was a stepfather,
right? Or stepfather.
Yeah. Huh. I wanted to mention, going back to the scene in jail when he's talking to the lady. I don't think they did this intentionally, but there is a great parallel there to Shawshank Redemption, where if you remember that movie, Red goes for the first time in front of the committee. Yep. And he's like, oh, I'm a changed man, this and that. And the guy says, I just think you're telling me what you want to hear, what I want to hear.
That's right.
His first session with the lady, he says all the good things. And then when he found out that he wasn't getting out, he approached her and she was like, I just think you're telling me what I want to hear. And I was like, whoa, I'm not saying they did it intentionally, but I thought of Shawshank Redemption the minute. So I'm wondering, and they have used a lot of like late 80s, mostly 80s. And Shawshank was like, what, 95 around there, 96? So, you know, again, I'm not saying they did it on purpose or they did that with that thought in mind, but it's possible. I know that it's the first thing I thought of when I saw that sequence. Was that Red going in front of the committee in Shawshank Redemption. But those two scenes, especially the second one when he's kind of flashing back and everybody's sitting in a chair in front of him, including like Tori, CG Johnny, right?
Yeah,
CG Johnny was pretty good, not bad. Yeah. Better than Luke, I think. And they even managed to just almost got the voice right. It was a little off, but they came close. Yeah. But yeah, that whole sequence was fantastic.
Great. Yeah.
It's great. Yeah.
That was really good. Really, really, really good stuff for sure. But yeah, good point. Similarities to Shawshank Redemption for sure. Now, Samurai Guy, this was for me. They did this scene just for me. No, I'm just kidding. When they brought in the minions and all the minions got off the plane and they were all standing there like that.
That was an awesome moment for me too, because one of my favorite UFC fighters was there.
Oh yeah, that's right.
There was two, but go ahead. Which one?
Tyrone Woodley, man.
Woodley. Did you see Wonder Boy? Wonder Boy was there too later.
Was Wonder Boy the other one?
Yeah, he was there later. And then he wasn't in the end fight for some reason, but he was there. He was the one holding the wood planks they can punch through and stuff like that.
Okay.
But yeah, it was seeing Woodley there. But yeah, just that music they were playing in the background, that was old school 1970s karate movie vibe. That was for me, especially the dude with the eye patch, with the funky spiked hair, dude. That Sonny Chiba, he would have been.
I think they did do a few. I'm sure they want to say like, oh, we got Fat Samurai Guy's part right now. Cue the 70s music. Put that guy with an eye patch.
But yeah, I was thinking of.
Oh my God! I just noticed Stephen Wonderboy in the picture now next to Tyrone Woodley. I'm laughing because I didn't know it was him because of the hair. Oh my gosh, it's so hilarious.
Did he have like some scars on his face or something? He had something on his face, or no?
No, this red cheeks.
Okay,
because he's all fired up.
But yeah, it was cool seeing Wonder Boy. But yeah, let's talk about her, man. What is this? The great granddaughter or the grand?
I think it's the daughter
of Kim.
Yeah, because
Master
she was
Kim.
a little girl when Kreese and Terry were sparring each other at his dojo in Korea.
Right.
So I think she's the daughter.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I think real quickly here, the fact that in that flashback, Kreese looked at her and winked and she smiled back, that's where I think Kreese is going to connect with in season 6.
Next season. Yeah, exactly. I was thinking the same thing.
Because she's going to have to write off Terry. And when Kreese comes back, he can't go public, but I think she'll kind of take care of him and let him get involved on the down low. And then he'll make his grand appearance at the tournament because it'll be overseas. So he'll be out of U.S. jurisdiction.
Yeah.
Hollywood, I can write.
Hire this man.
Right.
Yeah.
I like that.
Again, that's just a theory, but it kind of makes sense when you think about it.
Well, how can he live? How can he stay in America after breaking out like that? Everybody's gonna be looking for him, So it makes perfect sense.
And I think that the little wink he gave her was clearly foreshadowing, especially when he escaped. That's the first thing I thought of. I'm like, oh, he's gonna hook up with Kim, with Sensei Kim.
That's I didn't even think about that. That would be awesome. But Rob, just to kind of jump off what you just said there, when she got off the plane, didn't she look kind of pissed and annoyed that Kreese wasn't there?
Yeah.
I don't think she likes Terry Silver.
No.
I think she's doing business with him because of what he accomplished, and she wants to get her father's thing. So I think for her, Terry was a means to an end.
Okay.
And now that Terry fucked up, she's going to completely write him off. And I think when Kreese steps in, she's going to be like, all right, this is the man I wanted by my side. I got money. I could take care of him. He doesn't have to go back to the States. He can teach my students, and I'll unveil him in the tournament as one of my senseis because he's out of jurisdiction. They can't do anything.
Exactly. Yeah.
Oh, I like it. I love it. But yeah, she was all business. I like that about her.
I liked her.
Fucking around, man.
And I hate to go to the scene because I know it's a tough scene for a lot of people to watch, especially if you're a Tori fan. But when Tori had to get her punishment,
Oh, I love that
was
scene.
rough.
I like that
scene too.
She's like, that's the solid stone. I was like, they didn't even she tried to walk out like, nope, you're not going nowhere. And she
made Daniel look like a bitch back in the 80s.
Yeah.
Because that was wood. Man. She's hitting stone.
I know.
Yeah. And I was like, dude, man, like her hand bleed and she hit it again. I was like, dude, this is insane. This is Cobra Kai. I love this, man.
Yes, good stuff.
Let's see if I thought I had a. Here we go.
Oh, do you have one up? Oh,
no, there's the picture right there.
Oh,
there's Woodley right there.
There's Woodley, man. He's like, you ain't going nowhere.
He whooped that ass too.
And I love how
fictional or not. Fictional or not.
I love how she called her out on her bullshit. She's like, so you're distracted because of some boy. It's like she called Tori out on that. It's just like,
nah, she was no joke. Sensei Kim was no joke.
Great, dude.
Yeah.
Dude, her and Kreese team up, bro. Rob,
it's gonna be brutal.
I got you here, man.
And by them teaming up, that gives Terry Silver a chance to kind of get built up with Kenny, if that makes sense, which I hope happens next season.
You don't think Kenny will? Do you think Kenny would still side with Silver? You think after seeing her get jobbed out? Okay.
Yeah, because Silver took him on personally and gave him advice that's helped him.
And actually, if you think about it, Cobra Kai was accepted into the tournament, right? So what if Silver rolls up with like, yo, this is like NWO Red and Black type shit. Like this is Cobra Kai Red.
Yo.
And my lead master student is Kenny. and a couple of other shoe offs from Cobra Kai. So you got Cobra Kai A, Cobra Kai B, Terry, Kreese, and Kim, and then you got Miyagi Fang, and holy shit, it's World War Karate.
Kind of like NWO Red and NWO Black back in the day.
That's it.
Different ones.
You see Terry come out.
Yeah, that's crazy.
You see Kenny roll out like for life. You know what?
The thing with that, though, I think that they shouldn't. Of course, I don't know if it's gonna happen. I don't think they should break up Cobra Kai and make them different factions because you don't know what they're going against overseas. They're going against some other fighters they have not seen.
There's probably
before.
some bad dudes over there,
so they need to be combined as possible. Because
no, I agree. I don't think they'll split it up. I just thought that'd be funny if they did, and then I thought about the NWO thing.
And you got Kreese. You got Kreese coming out too.
Wolfpack. And then you have Miyagi Fang coming out to like the Four Horsemen theme.
Were you guys a little bit bummed though of the first episode of the season finale when Kreese got into that jail fight? I was sad. I thought it was over.
Yeah, I did too. They fooled me on that.
Yeah,
they fooled me.
I'm sorry, Reggie. What'd you say again?
I was really bummed out because I thought Kreese was expired pretty much in the first episode of season finale. There was a prison fight, and I was really worried. But I guess we're almost there. I think we're around like season 7, 8 right now, so we can keep going how we were going. But I was that scared me.
This is a little bit of a nitpick. It was a fun fight, but I thought the minions, they kind of made them a little bit too strong when we needed 2 masters to fight 1 minion. It was a fun fight, but it kind of feels like, I mean, I don't know. It's like even by the end of the movie, by the end of the season, it seemed like it didn't matter anymore.
Well, the minions are fighting to kill, and Johnny and Chosen are not really trying to fight. Like they're trying to fight to defeat or whatever like that. So that's why it seems a little bit different. Like that guy would have tried to kill those guys if they beat Chosen and Johnny. So
what you're saying is when Johnny went ballistic at the end, that's when he got the upper hand on the minions, basically.
Yeah, he took him so like he's gonna die because remember he thought about his baby that's in the oven. You know, he got that. He was ready to go. Those people were ready to kill him. He wasn't going there to kill. He was going there to teach a lesson. So that's a difference in fighting when you're fighting somebody.
Okay.
Not to mention they were prepared for what to expect because of the fact that they fought that one guy. They knew that they all had the similar style, and at least Chosen. And we've seen Johnny fight on pure adrenaline before. It's not too far fetched, and he did get his ass kicked. To be fair,
I was laughing when they were all beating him up
in slow motion too.
At the end, he was just like, "What? Come on! What? No, one at a time?" He said something like that.
Yeah.
Like, come on, one at a time.
Well, I was thinking, where's Matt Barnes at? He's supposed to be there. Matt Barnes came out there strong until he got knocked out.
Oh my god!
I was let down, man. With that.
I thought Chosen was really dead. The way he was bleeding out, and you know why? And you know why else I thought he was dead? If you go back to the club, and this is when I started thinking about it because I've seen so many shows do this. When they start giving a character a redeeming arc, you know, he called Kumiko. He's actually bonding with Johnny on their failures to stop Danny when they were younger.
That was cool.
And they started, and then he's having this funny moments and all this, and I'm like, oh shit, I think they're gonna kill him. And when he sliced Chosen and Chosen fell in the water, he was bleeding out. I'm like, they fucking killed him. I thought he was dead. I thought he was gone.
Do you think it would have been sad if he died, but you think they should have let him die?
Nah. I mean, I think if they would have done it, it would have.
The series.
I don't think it would have messed up the series. I think it would have played out okay. Really? But I think so. In fact, I'm sure some people probably they don't want him to die, but they want some stakes. There's got to be some stakes, right? So, but at the same time, I'm happy they didn't because I actually do want to see his arc end with getting with Kumiko because that is a huge redemption story from where he was.
Yeah,
I mean, he slapped the bitch and he put a knife to her neck, and now he's about to hit that. I mean, you want to talk about a pimp? Let's be real. You know, it's just, come on now. You know, I mean, I want lessons.
Right.
You know?
Well, now that I'm thinking about it, you guys brought up some good points, both of you, about this fight here, because now I'm thinking about, like, now because of that altercation, they know that these guys are serious.
Yeah.
So okay, I take it back. This is the martial arts kung fu guy in me. I'm like, come on, man. It's the minion.
Me personally, I think man, it would have. If Chosen would have died in that scene, it would have hurt season 5 to me because Chosen was built up so much in that season. Everybody's happy. They love Chosen undercover, awesome. And then he gets killed. Like it's like, oh man, like it'd be kind of depressing. So I'm glad he didn't die.
I'm glad they didn't do it either.
If he did die, would it impact the series? In my opinion, I mean, it would have impacted that season, but not the series. Now that I'm thinking about it, I mean, the series would have lived on, still been strong, but man, that would have been heavy if he checked out.
It would have sucked for sure, but it would have been interesting. I think we would have got a different Daniel at the end facing Silver.
Yeah, that's true.
If Chosen did die, we would have had a totally different Daniel.
Yep. He might have done the drums this time instead of the crane kick.
Oh wow!
The drums.
I want that silver bullet. They need to bring this back. Speaking of special moves, the paralyzing move that Chosen taught Daniel. Has Daniel taught anyone that yet? Has he passed that down to anyone?
The nerf strikes?
Yeah.
No, I don't think so. I don't think so.
Sam doesn't know it. Nobody knows it.
No, they might be saving it
for the tournament.
You know who's going to get it?
Who?
His son.
Man, nobody likes his son. I
know, but watch. Daddy taught me. And he's going to fight Kenny like, Kaya. No, know what they should make his son? They should remember the old karate movies where you had the guy with the long hair and he swung it around and hit people with it.
Yeah.
That's what he should train his son. Like, you know what I mean? This fucking head of hair. You serious? You got to make that into a weapon.
Oh man!
Put a blade on the end of it.
You think the arc with the son and Kenny will ever end? I mean,
I think it's going to end with Kenny apologizing to him, but I cannot see his son beating Kenny's ass. I just don't see it. There's no amount of training he can get right now that would constitute that. I wouldn't accept it.
Oh, speaking of Kenny, I like that scene where the taller, older dude was like, "Come on, follower." You know, he's like, "Come on, little man." He's trying to act like the leader.
Yeah, and he was horrible.
And Kenny, like, all right, after he got that pep talk from Silver
about being a leader,
he's like, "Fuck this dude." That was great.
Yeah, that other kid is such an idiot. I'm like, he's such I've never liked him, but that's credit to the actor because he plays a prick.
Yeah, for sure. But yeah, let's keep going here. Terry and Kim issue a brutal challenge while Chosen teaches his students a different kind of lesson. Johnny and Daniel demand answers from Kreese. That was a hilarious scene, by the way, with the notepad.
That was messed up, dude. I was like, dude, come on.
That was fucked up.
What scene was? I missed that. What scene?
At the end, they're trying to get information from Kreese, and they say, "We'll hire you a lawyer, man. You give us information."
Oh,
and he gave them the information. And they slid him the note of the lawyer, and the note said,
"No mercy."
It was something like "Go fuck yourself" or something like that.
Mercy, it said, "No mercy."
Oh, okay.
No mercy.
That's what lit the fire under Kreese's ass, though.
Yeah, it did.
Now he's like, "All right, I was gonna help you out, but now you want to be an asshole, so no mercy back. I'm breaking out of jail."
Yeah.
Talk about the training sequence, Rob, with Chosen.
It was cute.
Yeah.
It was cute. I mean, they give Daniel's son a little spot here. He came up with the game plan, which is fine. You got to give him something to do because he doesn't have the skill set yet.
Right.
So he came up with the plan. They executed. I like that Chosen was just getting all of them with the eggs and all that. No matter what they did, he got them. Yeah. And it was a cute scene. It was a cute scene. It was a good parallel between a bunch of kids running around and Chosen this and he's all mean, but he's like a gentle giant almost. Yeah, I thought it was cool. It was cute. It was a cute scene.
There was no way this was going to happen. They weren't going to beat her. Even if they got their teamwork on point, it wasn't going to happen. She's too bad, man.
Mm-hmm.
She's bad.
Yeah, no.
All right, episode 8. We're winding down here. A coveted spot in an elite international tournament ignites a fight between dojos.
Real quick.
Go ahead.
Real quick. I'm sorry. Just get a mental shot of Robbie there, and then go back in season 1. a motherfucker looks like he's roided up.
He's juicing.
Yeah. I mean, it is like 6 years later, but man, that dude put on some muscle since season 1 and 2.
Copy that. Sam struggles to let Miguel go. Rob's favorite plot.
She didn't even have to let him go though. She was listening to her friends and oh gosh, I don't know.
But I love Reggie. Let's talk about Silver's Ian's performance here when this sequence happens. Like his face expressions. Terry's face expressions were great. And this, he was so pissed off.
He was pissed, but he didn't show it too much, which was great.
Yeah.
You know,
they finally got one up on him on this one. That's why he wasn't expecting that.
Because of Kreese, thankfully. But yeah,
yeah.
I don't like anybody going against Terry Silver, man. That's why this scene is like kind of tough. I'm like, man, like this Terry's moving past you guys, man. But
Reggie, he's a villain. He's a villain. He's supposed to get one up. You know how these things go.
I know, man. Do you ever just want the villain to win sometimes? Though?
Yes.
Yeah, it's called Star Wars, the first trilogy. Motherfuckers running through the temple killing kids. What more do you want, Reggie? Come on now.
Man, I feel like the villain should win in this series as well, man. I guess I got our win the last season, even though Kreese went to jail. Yeah, we won the tournament.
I need to shop where Chosen shops, get a couple Hawaiian shirts. You know what I'm saying?
Man, nothing says you don't give a care like a Hawaiian shirt. Seriously, I love those shirts.
Never underestimate somebody with a Hawaiian shirt.
Yeah, that's it.
That's the rule to live by.
Didn't Arnold Schwarzenegger wear one in The Running Man? And when he had the girl as a hostage, she's like, "I get air sick, I get car sick. I'm gonna throw up. I'm gonna throw up all over you." And Arnold goes, "Go ahead. It's not gonna show on this shirt." But
I think of that movie. I think about the part with Jesse Body Ventura grab Arnold in the spikes and the face is still moving. It
the fake footage.
It's so funny.
Jesse Body Ventura.
It's all about the Jesse body, man. The exercise footage, man, of him and him like working out. Ooh, yeah, like him working out and flexing. Oh my God, it was Captain Freedom. Oh, it's so funny. It's classic stuff. All the younglings watching now are going, "What the fuck are they talking about?" But yeah, they we have these guys here like looking at both dojos, and they're just like, very interesting. They're curious. They're like, we've never seen different styles combined.
Look straight in the background. Go back to that picture. Look at Daniel's son. Look at that fucking hair. Damn, look at that hair. Right? He looks like Dark Helmet. Look at the shape.
Dark Helmet. Oh my God.
Can't get over that.
It's too funny, man.
It's too much hair.
Let's talk about the tournament. What you think Hawk's getting too cocky, or do you think Hawk could have won?
He lost his hunger.
You think?
I think two reasons why. Number one, he won the championship last year.
Okay.
And number two, he's not really being bullied anymore. Once those two things are gone, like he doesn't have the fire he doesn't have the eye of the tiger like Kenny does.
Okay.
Because Kenny's still on that adrenaline of getting revenge and proving himself. This dude has had a girlfriend in the last couple of seasons. He's had, success in the karate tournament, and he's made amends with some of his friends. He's technically on top of the world. You think about it, and you know how the story goes, man. You've seen Rocky 3. When you're on top of the world, you lose the eye of the tiger, and there's always going to be someone that comes up and just whoops that ass.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why.
Speaking of Rocky, I love the whole Rocky 4 relationship.
Yeah. There were a lot of parallels there too.
Johnny had with the leader of the group. He's like, "I love Rocky 4. He's my hero. He's my idol." Drago. It was great.
Yeah, that was.
But when he went out to fight Kenny, and Robbie's like, "Hey man, go easy on him." I'm like, "What the fuck, Robbie?"
Yeah.
Like, what are you doing?
They thought Kenny hadn't really advanced pretty much. And
is that what?
Looking at him, it seems, yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah. I think they didn't realize, just because remember, Terry took him under his wing for the most part.
Mm-hmm.
Right,
Terry saw the talent there. He saw the fire, and he's like, "Yeah, I got to put this kid up," and he did. And he took it to Hawk. He took it to Hawk.
I mean, I feel sick saying this, man, but when Hawk was gasping for air, I was like, "Yeah, that's what you get." And I feel bad saying that, but man, I'm not really I'm not trying to say I'm not a Hawk fan, but I just wanted Kenny to get his shining light pretty much. And I think
I will say I'm kind of looking back at it now, I kind of wish they would have kept Hawk in Cobra Kai. He was much better as a bad guy, as a prick. That's where I fell in love with him. Yeah, Hawk. Yeah,
he was.
Definitely.
I liked him much better in the Cobra Kai.
Definitely.
I agree because he was so good. You're right.
He was great.
So go ahead, Reggie.
He should have always been like loyal to Johnny because Johnny was the one that kind of that took care of him. The first 2 seasons before they the Kreese takeover, and later on Terry and all that stuff. So I don't know.
So we kind of get like a kind of a tie.
No tie.
Oh,
no, I think
tie.
Kenny won.
Kenny won.
Oh yeah, Kenny won.
Yeah, easily.
Okay.
No.
Yeah, I think he beat him. No, he beat him 3-1. It wasn't a close match.
Yeah.
Tori walked out. That's what happened.
That was messed up, man. Tori just did. I was like, man, I was really upset. And that comes to the scene I talked about with her punishment. Right. I mean, I think it was a good fit for what she did. She walked out on them.
Damn.
Yeah, I can't believe I said that too.
Wow.
I can't lie, I just said that.
What happens what if you're coaching a team and one of your players don't show up?
Fuck them.
What I mean? Like you have like a football team, we gonna make them run like gassers for like the next hour.
Man,
damn, Reggie, you old school.
Get them stones.
Reggie don't play, man. Shit. God damn.
Bear crawls
she had it coming. Like
bear crawls.
I like Tori though. I like her character a lot. I think that she was just more. She would have stuck with Cobra Kai if Kreese was there.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh, really quick. That was perfect timing. I was going to ask you guys, do you think was Kreese just so pissed off that he's like, fuck, me playing nice didn't work. I got screwed over by Daniel. This is not going well. And then Tori visits him. At that point, at that moment, do you think Kreese just kind of gave up?
No, he feels like he let them down because I think when Tori came to visit him the last time, it was after he had the second interview with the lady, and he started kind of going over his life and some of the bad choices he made, and he feels like he made a mistake with Johnny, obviously, and he don't want to make the same mistake with Tori. That's why he told her not to do the spy and stuff and asked her if she could just leave, even though that set her like she was kind of confused by it.
Okay.
He didn't want her involved with that, because he cares about her. I remember what happened in season 2.
Okay.
He was trying to be compassionate. Yeah.
Oh, it was season 3, which was hilarious when her landlord was trying to hit on her. And Kreese grabbed his knuckles. And what do you call it? That cutter, the cigar cutter. And he's about to put his finger in there.
Oh,
no, please.
That was great.
The guy's pleading was hilarious.
That was great.
Oh my gosh.
Well, because of the results here, the judges were impressed by both dojos, so they both gained entry to
bad writing.
They both gained entry to the world tournament. And so
I think it's called Sakai Takai, something like that.
Yeah. So everyone's like, hey, let's celebrate. Let's go out. The kids do their thing, they have their party, and let's go out into town and celebrate. Episode 9, Tori pays a price for defiance.
Yes.
Reggie's favorite scene. Stingray does battle with his conscience. Celebratory night on the town takes a turn for Johnny, Daniel, and Chosen. At this point, it's kind of funny because when Tori first showed up, she was kind of the antagonist until you got to know her. Now I'm kind of team Tori. I'm so fed up with Sam's shenanigans.
You know what else doesn't help is the fact that Sam's mother tried to help Tori and she was still acting like a bitch.
That was crazy.
Yeah. I mean, if you see your mom trying to make amends, maybe you should, take a page from your mom. You know what I mean? Like, mom knows best,
She doesn't understand.
No one understands me.
Yeah. But I'm just like, really? She's trying to warn and tell, and no, all gets in a fight already. Like, really? Just straight up fight. Teenage angst.
But they did team up at the end, finally.
Yeah, finally. But Barnes lost his damn mind and
he went crazy in that episode, man. Like
a ride from hell.
Who did you guys think was in the limo before they showed him?
I was hoping it was.
I was hoping.
not Terry himself, but one of his. He hired
One of his
somebody.
goons.
I was hoping as one of his goons, not Terry Silver himself, because that would have been kind of cartoony.
Yeah, it would have been
Terry
cartoony,
Silver.
the ponytail and driving the car.
It'd be like Undertaker. Do you remember that WWE moment where Undertaker hijacked the limo and Stephanie was in the back?
Oh my gosh!
But she was getting married to Triple H, and the window the window goes down. And Undertaker.
The story arcs
goes,
are hilarious in WWE.
"Where to, Stephanie?" And she starts screaming. I was like, "No, we don't need Silver." And
I mean, it'd be kind of cool as a
moment.
deleted scene. Like, well, we wanted Terry Silver to drive the car, and
I thought
it'd be hilarious.
I thought it was Aisha. Working for Terry. Yeah, remember Aisha? You don't remember her from season 1?
Oh, wow. That would have been funny too. Like, where's she been? They would have brought her back. And
she's driving the car like, I'm with Terry Silver now.
She made a cameo last season.
She did. Oh my God. I thought it was Aisha. No, I'm just fucking around. I didn't know who it was, but I thought it was too obvious that it was Terry.
Right.
So I was trying to think outside the box, but yeah, it ended up being Mike, and I was like, oh, I didn't think of that.
Oh my God.
Yeah, because he was only in one episode, and we kind of forgot about him after he left town. So that was kind of cool to bring him back in, even though we all feel he was underused in this season. So
yeah.
Oh man. Ooh, y'all got me crying over here laughing so much. All right, here we go. The big one here, episode 10.
I don't like this, man. Like that.
A fight night erupts in the valley as Johnny, Daniel Chosen, and their students summon all their skills and strength to expose Terry and take him down. Rob, were you satisfied with the student fight? Because I know you enjoyed at first the one-take fight sequence, but they kind of kept doing it. And you were like, do we have to keep doing the one-take fight scene for the finale?
Yeah, I mean, it's par for the course at this point with the show, but I can't say that I hate it. You know,
right.
I know they've done it for like, what, 4 seasons in a row now?
Yeah, they didn't do it this time. That's why I was asking, did you like it a little bit better?
I still got the same vibes though. Like it wasn't, because they did end up showing up, all of them, and it was, I mean, they were outnumbered, you know. I like the fact, I do like the fact that they, I do like the fact that they used Chosen's teachings to succeed. That was cool. I like that. You know, I love how they really got Chosen involved this season. It's like you said earlier. I said it on my video too. He was the MVP this season. If he didn't teach the kids that lesson, right? Mm-hmm. I mean, they would have been asked out. You know, and you got Dark Helmet in the middle, holding the tablet. You know what I mean? And letting everybody doing the fighting for him because he just likes to play video games. But no,
it was nice
great
to see. Mm-hmm. Copy that. It was nice to see. What was his name again? The nerdy kid.
I can't stand him, but yeah.
Which one? The one that was on the computer?
The one on the computer right there. It's like, every time he comes on screen and talks, like,
you know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah, isn't his name Isaac or some shit like that? I thought it was like, I don't know.
Name.
Yeah, I don't like him either. I think he's I don't even think he should be knowing karate. I feel like he should be like the IT guy for Miyagi-Do. You know what I mean? Like not necessarily taking karate, but he fixes like the computer and like I don't know.
It was nice to see him get a kick on the bully, the one guy. Hey, come here, follower. Come on, my follower. That guy, the tall dude that Kenny beat up. He actually got a hit on him at the end.
So that was Tyler. Tyler, right? I think his name, the Korean kid. I think he is.
Yeah. He got a hit on him, so I like that.
Yeah, he was Miguel's former bully.
Dimitri's his name. I got it wrong. It was Dimitri.
Dimitri?
Yeah, that's his name. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Thanks, guys. Thanks in chat. But yeah, man, them just rolling up mob deep, drunk, and saying "fuck it."
Yeah,
was kind of a gangster move. But I was really disappointed as literally as soon as he got in the house, he got knocked out. I was like, God damn it. But at least we got some finger slicing, slice and dice. You know what's really funny? Wasn't it last season where they were joking and when they saw Terry Silver walking around, didn't they call him a Highlander villain? Then they like jokingly, he's like, "Hey, what's up with the Highlander villain walking over there?" Right? Didn't they say something like that?
Because of his ponytail, I think, or something like that, right? Yeah.
But
I think it was something along those lines.
He's got the katana sword here at the end. But yeah, best fight, best one-on-one fight for sure. You got the old school the veterans, the crafty veterans, throwing down at the end there, kicking ass and taking names. That was great. But yeah, I kind of want, you know, I didn't want
Reggie. Terry just had a big fight with Chosen.
Yeah,
so remember that. Just keep that in mind. That is
tired.
That is something you have to consider. I know people. Daniel's look. Everybody knows Daniel's saying is a very stiff karate. He's still a karate kid.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like he's got no what's the word I'm looking for? Like fluency or rhythm to his moves. Very stiff.
Lataro says James Bond. They may have said that James Bond villain. I thought I heard Highlander, but anyway, it's still funny. But yeah, I think it's time for a new move. We need a new finisher here. You know, I like
something else, man, because that is so predictable.
I like the finish in the end of the last season. Well, the one where he did, you know, took out the what'd you say, Rob? The
Daniel?
He messed up Kreese, with the
when he did the pressure points, yeah,
it's like how you gonna go from pressure point, you know, Xena Warrior Princess, you know, taking dudes out to we going back to the crane. Was this just for fun? Is that why they did this? They were like, let's just.
I think they try to make amends for the fact that he tried doing it in Karate Kid 3 and he got sunned.
Yeah.
Mike Barnes was like, "What is this bullshit?" You know, like we gotta work up the crane kick again. You know, now because Barnes made it look like a bitch ass move. So you know, now you successfully use it against Terry, and now it's like putting over the move in wrestling. You know what I mean?
Okay, all right.
Got to put the move back over.
It's come full circle for better or for worse.
Yes.
But I remember that. What are you saying? Karate Kid 3? Barnes. Your karate's a joke. Like he was fucking with him, man. That was great.
There's no way. Look, there's no way he should have beat Barnes voguing, essentially. Okay. I know it's called the kata, but no, it's fucking Vogue. He's there like, come on, Vogue. Let your body go with the flow. And then like Mike's like, the fuck is this?
I forgot this happened. Zayd pointed this out. I forgot Terry made fun of that. Remember? He made fun of he was making fun of the crane too.
He did. They shit all over the crane technique in Karate Kid 3. So
if you use the crane technique in a combination, it's better than a finish.
Right, exactly. Just not as a move by itself. As a combination.
Done. Like, you know.
I've only seen it done once in real time, and it worked, and it knocked somebody out. I don't know if you guys remember the UFC fight, Lyoto Machida versus Randy Couture.
Yeah.
That crane kick worked.
It worked. Yeah, for sure.
And he did it as part of a combo?
But he didn't do this,
counter.
though.
He didn't do this,
he
though.
was in a spike pose, and he just went, boop.
Yeah.
But Randy
he just went like this real quick, like, no?
No, he didn't go like that at all, but he used the same kick, and it was a counter move.
Right.
That's dope.
Oh yeah. Zayd pointed out that he tried to use it in 2 and he got starched. Remember on Chosen?
Oh yeah.
Chosen, I forgot about that.
Chosen shat on it too. So that's 2 straight movies. They had to bring it back.
I get it. It's, you know,
got to put the move over. That's Miyagi's master move.
Yeah, that's what it is.
It's not the move is good. It's Daniel is the problem. He's too stiff.
They need to cut to a stunt double from the back and camera shot from the back, right? Well, anyway, let's talk about like Rob said earlier. Everybody pretty much made up except for Kenny, which I enjoyed that. Keep him gray. I remember last season we were talking, and I wasn't sure about Kenny at first. I was like, I don't know about this kid.
Really?
Yeah, because I thought it was, you know, it sucked that he was getting bullied, but I thought he became a martial arts master too fast. You know, but I mean, that's just me being nitpicky. I still enjoyed the character.
I think what they've tried to establish in this show, because a lot of the kids learn too fast, but I think what they try to establish is that the way I see it, at least, and if anyone wants to accuse me of making an excuse, that's fine. But the way I see it is that kids just pick up shit fast, because I'll be honest with you, my son took martial arts for 3 months, and 3 months in, he was breaking wood.
I believe it. And
he was tops in his class. I mean, I remember I was in tears when the karate sensei gave him a trophy, and he was the only one in class that got one because of the sensei was like my perfect student, Olin, and I was like, yeah, and I remember I have it on tape when he broke wood. I was like, what the? I didn't even break wood when I was doing karate as a kid. There's my son. Wow! I was like, and he was like 6 years old at the time. This was like, he's 9 now. He was still 6 years old. So I guess because of that, when I see the show, it's not far fetched for me to believe that these kids are picking this shit up like that.
Okay.
When you said your son broke wood and everything like that, for some reason I went back to the scene in Bloodsport where Van Damme, Frank Dukes, he hits the brick and the bottom one breaks, man. And I just that came to my picture for some reason when I thought about your son hitting the wood. And
to be fair, it wasn't a thick piece of wood, but it was for his age, I was taken back. I was like, I know I could do it, but I'm a freaking 300-pound grown-ass man. But as a 6-year-old, my son is at that time like maybe 50 pounds soaking wet, and he jumps in the air. What the? Because I was thinking, I was like, he ain't gonna break this shit. I'm like, but that's okay. I want him to try. Blah blah blah. Yeah. Mm-hmm. He broke it. He broke it. And before that, he had only been practicing on padded. Like they had square pads that they would practice on. Right. And this was his first attempt. And I'm like, I can't believe he broke the wood. I was in shock. So, yeah, man. I believe that kids can pick up on that. And you got to consider Kenny's motivation to learn after being bullied. Mm-hmm. Man, when you're motivated like that, nothing. And again, that was my son because he was being bullied. That's why I put him in Taekwondo in the first place at that time, because he was being bullied in school. And 3 months in, he's breaking wood. So, yeah, I think because of that, my perspective looking at this, I'm like, yeah, I believe that because I kind of seen that already.
Copy that. All right, so now let's get to the last shot. I did it my way.
Wow, dude.
Let's talk about this scene. Go for it, Reggie. What'd you think?
I thought it was great. Kreese is not going to take things lying down, and he took matters into his own hands. And honestly, I thought he was going to beat up everybody in that medical room, but he only did what was necessary to get out. He had that lady's card already, so he already was planning his escape from the second visit or the third visit. Time he talked to the lady, so he already grabbed her card and was ready to get out of there. And I'm happy to see that he's out, man, because Kreese does not belong in jail. I don't think he belongs in jail. Obviously, he doesn't. He didn't do anything wrong.
Right.
So that scene made me very happy and made me really want to look forward to season 6 because Cobra Kai will never die, especially without John Kreese. So I'm very excited to see season 6, how it turns out. And what you said, Rob, about him going overseas, no jurisdiction and everything like that makes perfect sense. So he's taking a trip.
John Kreese went through a tunnel of shit and came out clean on the other side.
I really like how they do his fight scenes too, man, because he's older and everything like that. So they use the young version of him, which is great. I like that. But
that was fun. Man, we need a close up of him punching. He could do that, but the crazy stuff.
I'm glad that they're moving the series fast because these kids are getting older and they're not looking like teens much anymore as they go on. So we got season 4 earlier this year, and now we got season 5 in September, which is great.
And from what I heard, they already started filming season 6 before this even ended.
Perfect.
Great. They need to be on it because these kids are older, man. I mean, what's her name? Not Tori, but the Daniel's daughter. What's her name?
Sam.
Sam's like 28 years old, right?
Yeah, she's 26. Mary Mauser.
Wow. That's crazy.
Yeah. But she's 26.
I mean, does she look like a teenager?
She don't. But I think they do makeup and stuff, and they dress them in such a way so because you see pictures of her out of the show, and she's showing cleavage and stuff, and she's dressing like a 26-year-old.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean, they dress them and they make them up to look younger. But yeah, no, you're right though. Look at Stranger Things. Fucking talk about freshmen. These guys are like 6 feet tall.
That dude is like 30 years old. The one the one that was the high school bully at first, and then became like one of the guys. Like, he's 30 years old.
Which one? The Korean kid?
No, I'm going to Stranger Things.
Yeah.
He's like 30 years old, man. Like, damn.
Yeah.
Really?
No, that's good to hear that they're filming stuff back to back.
They got to keep it going because, like I said, if they do, I think it has 2 more seasons in it at the most. But obviously, I think season 6 should be the last. I mean,
I think season 6 is they're gonna wrap it up.
No, they need to wrap it up because you don't want things to be. You don't want things to get too repetitive too much.
Exactly. And what else can they do?
Unless they do a season 7 arc where Hilary Swank comes back as a villain. And she's like, Daniel, you never honor Mr. Miyagi. That is my master, not yours. Yeah,
and she beats him up.
Yeah,
she does the move on him that only Miyagi taught her that we don't know about.
And then,
I like this.
I know. And then on some crazy shit, it blends into Mortal Kombat. She kills Ralph, Danny with like a finisher. And then I know, I'm going crazy. I know.
You're going crazy, man. You said to kill, like Daniel killing somebody?
It would actually be some crazy shit if she came back as a villain, though.
Should,
you know what I mean?
Should someone die?
I don't think there's a reason for anyone to die at this point.
Okay.
I don't think they're gonna in combat. Yeah, I mean, somebody could die. I mean,
maybe Kenny kills somebody with a silver bullet. Maybe he kills Hawk. They fight again and he kills him. Like I can see something like that happening. But I don't think this tournament is like Kumite style. You know what I mean? I think
I'm calling it. I'm calling it. Don't get upset, Reggie. I'm calling it. Silver's gonna die next season. I'm calling it.
If he dies
right here, wow. Right here. We heard it right here. I'm calling it right now.
Yeah, but who's gonna kill him?
I don't know. Maybe Kim's Kreese or Kim's daughter or granddaughter or whatever. I see Silva lying there dead.
Well, they had the perfect position for it in this season because it looked like he was ready to die.
Can you imagine if Daniel would have killed him this season? That would have been some bullshit.
I would have
been like, okay, guys, let's not get crazy. I love the show, but don't write shit like this.
Daniel even beating him like that was always it bugs me because like it was in front of all those people and all the students and everything like that. And Terry didn't look like anything like himself, his karate self. And then like they're acting like he really beat him or whatever like that. And then Terry is the one that goes to jail, but he was the one that was assaulted. They broke into his house, tried to kill him, but he's going to jail because he lost to Daniel. That doesn't make any sense to me at all.
Reggie, hire it. They need to hire Reggie, Rob.
I agree.
That doesn't make any sense. You break into somebody's home.
Nah, you got to keep Silver alive because you know why? If you're going to do 3 movies, you got to have Silver.
Yeah. They don't even need to call it Karate Kid or Cobra Kai. They just need to call the movie Terry Silver and everybody else.
Oh my God.
Ponytail, so hair, toss back in the ponytail.
2 Terry, 2 Silver.
Pazuzu says they ain't killing him.
No, I don't think. In my honest opinion, I don't think they're going to kill anybody. I think Chosen was their best opportunity.
If he does die, Reggie and Rob, you have to buy me a beer.
Okay. Well, hold on. I didn't agree to that.
Wait. If it doesn't, though, you have to play Resident Evil 6 with me. How that sound?
So I got to wait that long. All right, I got some time. I'm just joking.
Now, let me ask you guys this. What do you think of this theory?
Okay.
At the end of season 6, because the show is called Cobra Kai, Danny and Johnny are going to rehabilitate the Cobra Kai name and actually rebrand it and blend it with like Miyagi Kai, karate, or something like that. I've heard this theory going around that because the show's called Cobra Kai, that Daniel and Johnny at the end of this tournament, they're going to take the Cobra Kai name and rebrand it and go from there. Like,
so Johnny takes
like
it
they're going to
back.
Fuse the way of the fist with Miyagi style, which is kind of what they're doing already with Eagle Fang.
Right.
Because that's the art that Johnny knows. He knows way of the fist. Right. So what if he just takes back Cobra Kai because he originally brought it back?
It's true.
And then he invites Danny to come help him rehabilitate Cobra Kai, and that's how the show ends.
Having Daniel a part of Cobra Kai just puts an ill taste in my mouth. Like, no, I don't want him anywhere near it. I feel like Cobra Kai should stay Cobra Kai. Johnny should take it over, of course, because obviously Kreese is older.
Like towards the end, Johnny takes it back, and he's like the sensei.
Yeah, because he's the one that brought it back, and he did a good job. I mean, you got to admit, Cobra Kai was on point and everything. So having Daniel and too many people a part of it like that, it just kind of waters down the effect, I would say.
I think that's the whole point, right? Because if you just give it back to Johnny and keep Danny out of it, then that defeats the purpose of bringing them together.
Well, they coming together just for this tournament, though, right? So, I mean, after the tournament's over, do they really need to stick together like that? I mean, Daniel go back with
they don't need to, but I think between the end of last year and this whole season, I think they've kind of built that up, that they're just better together.
Gosh, I hate that idea, man.
I know.
I understand it. I just hate it. Like,
I know.
You will love it. You will love it, Reggie.
Love it. Take that down. That's give me
actually
Terry Silver.
The better picture would have been if you had him landing that kick when he breaks the glass and falls back. You know, that would have been.
That was messed up.
Nah.
Well, it is possible it might go that way though, Rob. I mean, it's possible. I don't want to see it go that way. I want Cobra Kai to stick to being Cobra Kai after everything is over, and Johnny ahead of it, and everybody kind of return to their normal lives with, of course, acquiring their special skills of karate.
That'll probably happen.
I want the arc between Kreese and Johnny to come to a close though, because there's something else there that they're not showing us yet. And Johnny's hatred for Kreese right now, and and all that stuff. And they need to fix that, because it doesn't.
I wonder how Kreese would turn out to be his father if they went that route.
I think that'd be a great route to go.
Yeah. He's old enough to be his father, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I kind of feel like he knows, but
he knows something.
Yeah. The only thing is they already established this season that Kreese was kind of scouting him.
Right.
You know what I mean?
That's
when
right.
he mentioned him at the, but maybe he was scouting him because he's his son.
Yeah.
But then,
Rob, you had it right there, man. Don't say you had it perfect.
No, but the thing I'm thinking though, actually, I think I found a bit of a loophole, I should say.
Okay.
In the early seasons, when Johnny went to Cobra Kai, he didn't know John Kreese. But in this season, it made it seem like John Kreese was already scouting him or thinking, this is my son, and the way for me to get closer to him is to get him into karate. I'll open a dojo down the block from where he lives, and I'll keep an eye on him. That's how they make him the daddy. Because otherwise you have to explain how he can talk about Johnny if in the earlier season, the first time Johnny met him is when he went to visit the dojo, when he was talking to his mom about wanting to do karate.
Because he's getting bullied, right?
So the point I'm trying to make is that somehow Kreese was watching him before Johnny even met him. Either that, so they either have this planned or there's a loophole there.
So what you're saying is when Kreese was choking Johnny out in the beginning of Karate Kid Part 2, that was tough love.
Yeah, absolutely. Well,
it was.
He said he was a good dad. I mean, you're not a good dad if you know you have a son. You don't say a goddamn thing. But I'm saying, like, they obviously want to try and redeem John Kreese somehow.
Right.
I kind of feel that, even though I know he's out for revenge, it's like you guys said, he's got a soft spot for Johnny.
He does.
So it's like, why does he not? Is it just because of his talent? Because if that's really what it is, you can find talent anywhere.
Right.
You scout hard enough, you can get talent. So why is he so hung up on Johnny? So I think you guys might be right. I think he might be the daddy.
And don't forget what Terry said to Johnny when he was beat up. Terry looked over him as like, I never saw what Kreese saw in you.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm disappointed. That was interesting.
Yeah, I think it's going to be, man, I can't wait to season 6 now.
So overall season, especially the idea you brought up with Kreese teaming up with her, and like I'm really excited for that if that happens. And of course, I'm Team Barnes, so please give Barnes more to do, please. But overall, we all enjoyed this season. We found it to be entertaining and stuff. But overall, was this season better than last season?
I think I would say they've done a good job being consistent every season. I have a hard time picking one over the other. I would say the earlier seasons are better only because the conflict with Johnny and Daniel is always good because it's the nostalgia bait. And it's good bait. I'm not knocking it. Like, that's a good nostalgia. But they have to evolve the characters. They can't keep them fighting all the time.
Right.
So, but honestly, this to me is one of the most consistent shows going on right now.
Right.
As much as I love Stranger Things, even Stranger Things had a dive. You know what I mean? And this show, if they stick the landing, is going to be one of the better shows that have been on TV in a while. You know, when you looking back at like Breaking Bad, which was another show that was consistently good season in, season out.
Right.
I know they're two different genres, but I'm just saying in terms of consistently putting out good seasons, this is one of the few shows that, because even Game of Thrones fucked it up in the last season, as good as that show was. So, you know, and yeah, man, I it's hard for me to say, do I like this one better than that one? Because I really genuinely love all of them.
Okay, look at that. All right, nice.
Yeah, it's really hard to beat the first season because that focused on Johnny, which was, I feel like he was the main character before they started adding all these other characters in. And to think that YouTube is the one that put this series together. Can you believe that? Like, YouTube put this together.
And like idiots, they sold it to Netflix.
Yes, they didn't know it was going to be a hit.
Well, I thought it was a hit. Well, yeah, they didn't know what they were doing. So, yeah, thank goodness they gave it to Netflix because Netflix is consistent with the seasons, how they're putting them out, thankfully. But it's hard to beat out the earlier seasons. I like all the seasons. But the first season was mainly redemption for Johnny, which was nice to see. I feel we're starting to redeem his character, and in season 2, bringing Kreese back and so on. So it became more interesting.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's hard to pick one season over the other. But I'm happy. I mean, if I had to pick a season over the first season, it would definitely be season 4 because it returned as Terry Silver. You know, it shouldn't even be called season 4. It should have been called this Terry Silver, and that's it. And it would have been like
you're trying to make it a saga like Dragon Ball Z.
Can you imagine like if Terry Silver got his own side show? You know, that'd be really great. You know, but yeah, that's wishful thinking. But
I was really oh, go ahead, Rob.
No, I just wanted to quickly add that I'm also happy for the actors. You know what I mean? Like William Zabka and Ralph Macchio, those guys. Like for them to come back all these years later and have this kind of success with a movie that
doesn't happen.
Because Macchio didn't make many movies after Karate Kid. He did My Cousin Vinny, but he wasn't really the main character.
Right.
Zabka had a couple of movies, but not that many. Mm-hmm. So to see them back and bigger and probably bigger stars now than they were then. That's another thing that makes me happy. I love seeing stuff like that.
There you go, Reggie. There you go.
The
Silver Saga.
The Silver Saga. I like that. That's perfect, dude.
There you go, man.
I'm already got ideas for this, but Rob, I had something to say to you, man, because I remember you from a last podcast a while back that you did with Preston. Man, when it comes to Stranger Things, I know you like that series, man, but man, I felt terrible when it came. I mean, we can talk about spoilers, right? Obviously,
yeah.
But the only reason I watched that show is because Dr. Brenner. And now that he's gone, man, I feel so empty, dude. I was very upset in season 4 when he checked out, man. I remember you were kind of like talking about it. He's not a good person. I was like, come on, man. He was a redeemable character. I mean, I like Dr.
Reggie
Brenner.
Loves the villains, man. You started to scare me, bro. You really
come on.
Look, I love me some villains, but man, you are really compassionate towards these guys.
Do you think he was really a villain?
He was an asshole. He treated her like shit. He treated a 12-year-old girl. They took her from her mom. Come on, Reg.
Her mother tried to kill everybody in that laboratory. Remember, her mother was a danger.
I would have done the same thing to get my kid back. I almost killed teachers out of school to get my daughter back.
Okay, well,
seriously, the teachers are holding my daughter hostage for an hour and a half.
He wanted her to be at her best because he knew it was ahead of her. He was trying to protect her, and that's how I feel. And I feel like everybody just like thought he was a villain when he really wasn't. Dr. Brenner was compassionate.
I will tell you that. Compassionate. Come on, man.
I'll give you an example. Like when that guy went into that zone in the first season and he's like, hey, make sure he's okay. Get him out of there. Hurry. Villains don't do that. They don't care about underlings that go like risk their lives.
He doesn't want to go through the hiring process again.
That's why. That's right. It's probably
he doesn't want to go through the hiring process. Yeah, look. Hey, listen, we're short on personnel. I don't want to have to look through resumes again. Get that guy out of there. Hey, it's a different perspective. It's a different perspective, okay?
You got something to skip on me, man.
Oh, this is great.
But actually, if it makes you feel better, I and I'm sure I mentioned it, there is an outside chance that he's probably not gone. This dude has come back from the dead before.
Well, how did he come back the first time? They never even explained it.
Like, exactly. Then and they ain't gonna explain it again. They're gonna be like, yeah, don't worry about the bullet holes. You know,
he's an android.
Because whatever. But it wouldn't surprise me if he pops up again, or if nothing else, he'll show up in like flashbacks. I don't think they're done with Matthew Modine. He is very good on that show. I'm not denying that. He's great.
When I was at Comic-Con, there was this huge line of people going up to get his autograph.
Really?
So yeah,
they were calling him Papa. He said he went to other shows, people calling him Papa. He's like, what? Oh, the show. He's like, wow.
It's amazing how a lot of these 80s stars have had like this whole redeeming career not redeeming, but rejuvenated careers coming back to these shows now. Yeah.
That's right.
Because Matthew Modine was an 80s actor, you know, and he was a good actor, but he wasn't that big. He's gotten bigger roles now, especially with Stranger Things. But
probably the biggest thing he was in before. Well, not before Stranger Things. Was Dark Knight Rises before Stranger Things?
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
So he was in that.
They did him wrong in that movie, man, too.
Like, yeah, he got fucked up.
Yeah, they didn't even show it either. They showed his body like this.
I know. he died of fear. He wasn't even bleeding. He just did. I was like, yo, where's the blood, man? Like, is he dead? And I said to myself, oh, motherfucker faking it because he didn't want to come out in the first place. He's faking
That's right.
it.
That could be a play. He could have been faking it.
He's like, yeah, I ain't got a baton.
Show the fucking blood.
There you go.
I know. Oh man, this is a blast. But yeah, let's just for fun. It's not important, but just for fun. What do you rate this season? Let's do it just for fun. It's not like it matters. But C is average. What are you giving this season, Reggie? Cobra Kai?
A-. It would have got an A, honestly, if like I said, with the Terry Silver situation, he going to jail when they broke into his house. Like, what the hell? What kind of stuff is that? But other than that, I think it was well done. I liked every character. I wish we could have saw Tori a bit more, and everything. But other than that, I think it was great, man. And I'm very happy with where they're going with the series, I think.
All right. A- from Reggie, Rob?
I'm going to give it probably like 8.5 out of 10.
Okay.
Yeah, I didn't like the first 2 episodes. I really, unless they pay it off next year, I don't see the whole point of the searching for the daddy. I can see it from looking at it from a young man's perspective who's never met his father. It's just that there was no follow-up after they left Mexico. Right. And I don't think bringing him and Robbie, using that as a catalyst to bring him and Robbie together was enough to justify 2 episodes. Much to Reggie's delight. Look, I know the good guys has got to win. I think the fight should have ended with Chosen and Terry. I don't think Daniel. I can't. It doesn't. I'm not convinced.
It was almost like he teleported to the dojo at the end of the movie.
I know from a narrative perspective, that's what you got to do, I guess. But I just, it's like you watch a wrestling match and you just don't believe when they put over a certain wrestler over another wrestler. I just don't believe. Though now I understand they used he went back and used the Karate Kid 3 moves against Terry, and that was the whole point. Because Chosen said earlier in the season you got to use the Serpent's moves against him, something like that, paraphrasing. But yeah, I wasn't convinced with that fight. I was looking for a little bit. I would have been happy if the Chosen fight would have ended with Chosen winning and walking away, as opposed to him. I know Daniel's one of the main characters, but other than that, I really have.
Fuck Chosen when you got this.
I mean, it is the crane kick. I mean, you can't stop that unless you're Mike Barnes or Chosen. Otherwise, you're fucked.
Really, really entertained by this season. Enjoyed it. I'm gonna give it a B+. I'm gonna give it a B+ because I enjoyed last season just a little bit more than this season. Especially, I enjoyed Kreese and Silver on screen together a lot, and their flashback scenes. So I'll give last season the edge. I would give last season an A-. But
and the way last
still entertaining, still consistent, like Rob said and Reggie said. So B+ for sure.
Yeah, and the way last season ended was just great. The way Terry just fucked Treese. I was like, oh my god.
Like he's talking to him while the police are showing up slowly, and that whole the way the scene was. You see the lights flashing.
And he's got his drink. He's got his drink. Well,
and that big ass smile of his. Oh my god, that smile. Oh man, it's one of the best villainous smiles ever.
Yeah. Well, we await the next season. Will Kreese do it his way? We'll have to wait and see. And Rob and Reggie brought up some cool theories, so I'm excited. You got me more excited for season 6. I can't wait, and I think that's the perfect cutoff point for the show. Leave on a high note, and just for fun, like Reggie said, let's do some movies. There's no harm in a couple of movies. It doesn't ruin the show. So
hey,
let's
if
do
Walking Dead can do it after being on air for 75 years, they can do it after being on air for 6.
Are they doing it?
They're doing the Walking Dead. They're doing a trilogy with Rick Grimes and Michonne. And probably, I'm sure Daryl will
Wait,
pop
Rick
up.
is alive? I thought he disappeared in the helicopter.
Nah, man, he's alive. Yeah, they show later. He never returned to the show, but they showed him alive in one episode, and then they announced like they're doing a trilogy of movies for the.
There's
AMC.
a clip of it online. I could probably see, right?
Oh yeah. He's in like a helicopter with one of the other characters on the show. That saved him. So.
Okay.
Copy that. Well, this was a blast. Always having fun hanging out with these two badasses. So y'all know what you need to do. I'm going to bring it back around again. I said at the beginning of the stream, but fuck it. Y'all need to subscribe. That's right. In the description box below, baby. Subscribe to the Radical One. That's right. Fantastic channel. Video gaming. All up in this shit. That's right. And don't forget, Entertainment Talk Nation. Subscribe to Rob. And if you feel like if you're in a good mood, you can subscribe to me too. But these guys' channels are phenomenal, so it's always great having them here. We're gonna have them back again. And Rob, next Stranger Things, Reggie's coming with us.
Okay,
right.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. We got to have Reggie on here on the next Stranger Things season discussion. Got to have
Hopefully
Reggie
we'll
here.
have some good news. With Dr. Brenner.
Yeah. Oh, I meant to ask you, Samurai, have you been watching either The Rings of Power, dare I say, or
wow, oh my God, that both of you guys' reactions is priceless right now. Dear Reggie, just
yeah,
it's like a drink of water at the end. I was like, whoa.
That was hilarious, dude.
I'm just curious. It's not that I'm in, like, if you're not, it's cool. Like, I'm not looking to do a collab or anything. Yeah. I just wanted to see your opinion because I think it's shit on a stick, personally. But
they tried
to.
I'm sorry.
Go ahead, Reggie. Go ahead.
They're trying to block a lot of the bad reviews about the show. I think
really?
They gave up on it. Yeah, Amazon gave up on trying to knock out the reviews.
Yeah, it's declining fast.
It is, dude.
A couple of days ago, it was like 4.5 stars. It's down to 3.5 now. Wow. And people will be like, "Yo, the show is trash," and it is bad though. Have you seen any episodes?
No, I don't.
I don't want to waste my time.
Yeah, don't.
I don't have any interest.
The best, like first episode, like the best part is when the credits were rolling. I was like, "Oh, it's over. Good, 5 stars for the end credits."
Why did they even bring the show back? I mean, try to make the show. I mean, after that great trilogy we had of the movies. I mean,
my God,
they wanted their own Game of Thrones. They wanted to counter Game of Thrones.
Not even close.
Why would you
from what I'm, you know my stance on Game of Thrones right now, but I've heard good things about House.
Yeah, I got to start watching the Dragon, the oh my God, House of Dragons.
House of the Dragon.
Gotta start watching that. And She-Hulk, I gave up on that shit after 2 episodes.
Oh no,
I was like, fuck this, man.
Wait, what happened?
She-Hulk, I gave up on that shit after 2 episodes.
Yeah, another show. I don't have any interest.
Willow's got a show coming out, I think. New Willow's. That looks pretty promising.
Yeah, Willow's pretty cool.
Hopefully it's all right. Hopefully.
But going back to She-Hulk real fast, man. I've heard a lot of reviews about it online. They keep saying like it's weird and woke, and I was like, what the hell? Like, I just don't want to waste my time if it's just not, because She-Hulk was never really that popular of a character to me.
Here's the thing too, and yeah, they're pretty much I mean, like I said, I only saw the first 2 episodes. The first episode, she has what I would call a very woke moment. And that's when she's shitting all over Bruce Banner, which I did not like.
She started talking crap about it after he helped her.
My God, she put his ass into a she just I was in shock that they would actually write this into the show when you consider that Bruce Banner, the character arc from having a hard time dealing with being the Hulk, trying to kill himself, years spending time in solitude trying to control his anger. And then this bitch comes out and says, I can control my anger much better than you. And apparently she can do it in 1 episode. And I was like, fuck this. And I used to read a lot of Marvel comics. I like She-Hulk back in the day. But this She-Hulk is not the She-Hulk from the comics. I don't care what people say. Not only that, they changed the origins of her. Like in the comic book, she got into an accident and Bruce reluctantly gave her a blood transfusion.
Mm-hmm.
In the show, they got into a car accident. She dragged Bruce out of the car and accidentally his blood dripped into her cut. So they made her look like the hero that unwittingly got the blood, and it's just a fucking mess. Don't get me started on Marvel, because I'm a big Marvel fan, and they have they have been a sinking ship after Endgame.
Are they gonna get a? You think She-Hulk will get a season 2?
She'll get season 2. It's gonna be a full-fledged Avengers, and the majority of them are gonna be like women. She'll get a season 2. Now, huh? Kate Bishop will be season 2 for Hawkeye because he passed the torch. You know, and I love the woman characters. Don't get me wrong. Like, I have a wall of a painting of Fame here.
Yeah,
I can't pull it off because it's thick. And Scarlet Witch is on there. I love Scarlet Witch. You know what I mean? And the problem is with all these female characters, they're just not writing them good. They're great characters from the comic, but they're just not right. The writing is what's really killing this shit right now.
Like woke writing or just bad writing?
Just bad writing in general. Like, it's not always woke, right?
I fear for Daredevil.
Oh my God, Daredevil's going to be watered down compared to the Netflix version.
But I mean, I just, well, we'll have to find out. I might give Daredevil a chance because I like Charlie Cox. So we'll see.
I do like Charlie Cox too. I'll give it a shot, but I'm so disappointed with Marvel right now. It's like, ugh.
What? This is just the beginning stages, Rob. Like first phase of plans, Marvel Rob. 1. You know?
Yeah. Beginning stages for them, end stages for me.
Well, thanks everyone for watching. You guys rock. Don't forget to subscribe to you guys and subscribe to Fat Samurai Guy and Team Barnes. Let's go. Don't fuck it up in the next season. God damn it. And Team Silver and Team Brenner. Just for Reggie. All right, guys. Don't you guys go anywhere, but we'll see you guys on the next one. That's right. Keep punching, keep kicking, keep chopping. Cobra Kai. All right, guys. Take care.